Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villa and welcome to episode 107 of Raise the Holte, our bid for world domination with Aston Villa. And today we have a big game because we can get to Wembley. We need to overturn a 1-0 defeat in the second leg of the EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup semi-final at Liverpool. But we can do that and we can go to Wembley. And then it was supposed to be Wolves, but with the FA Cup fourth round, the Wolves game's been moved. So it'll be Arsenal at home to Arsenal, which is still a big game because they're fifth in the league. That'll be the second game this episode. Now, since the last episode where we had that double cup disappointment, really, wasn't it? We've had two games, both on the road, and 6 points, which is really good. First up, it was Crystal Palace. We actually had a really tough time breaking them down. Rodrigo and Almeida got the goals. You can see Bell picked up an injury, which wasn't ideal. But yeah, good performance. Good to see Almeida getting back, I should say, to a little bit of his best form. As I said, we deserve to win, but they put up a good fight. They're a relegation-threatened team this year, so they were tough. Then we played Southampton. Now, Southampton, I think... No. Anyway, they were also a good team this year. They're getting up there towards the top of the league. Now, Chris Hughes got their goal. Now, this is a guy that I'm scouting with a very big intent on signing, to be honest. He is a very talented striker. But we got two goals. You can see really quick succession. Leroy and Labadovic got the goals. Two set pieces for us. So it's not like we were sort of free-flowing. But they were a good team. They gave us a really tough game. You can see Gaz Mosley needed to be on form for this one. We did give one of our youngsters coming through the academy, our South Korean wonder kid, gave him a sort of his first start. He did okay, 6.5. He wasn't really anything special. I wanted to keep Brian Carlos fresh for this upcoming game against Liverpool. And yeah, so we didn't really have options. Now, you will have noticed there, actually, that we did play with the two strikers up front, the 5-3-2. That is something we will see against Liverpool, because I'm just wondering if we need to change things up a little bit right now. And I'll get to the reason for that in just a second. Now, this is the league table as things stand. Please game. There we go. You can see we have gone top of the table, which is fantastic, with a game in hand. Joint top on points with Manchester City, just a point clear of Chelsea, 2 points ahead of Liverpool against Manchester United, and Arsenal are just the 4 points back. So, you know, the second game today is still very much very much in touch. Now, the reason that we've changed formation, if we have a look at the medical centre here, we will notice that, and you can't put this behind my head, but down here under the injuries, we have Marin, we have Messi, obviously. We did previously have a knock to Rashid. A lot of our wingers were injured, so I thought we need to change things up because we didn't really have any wingers anyway. So that's why we've gone to the 5-3-2, and I think it works okay for sort of our youth team here in any case. So this is what we're expecting from Liverpool. They're the favourites for this game at home. You would probably expect that. This is for the right to face Manchester United in the final. You can see they did win on penalties in their other semi-final there. They're a standard playing style, balanced mentality. We saw all this last episode, of course. Conte's the manager. There we go. The 4-2-3-1, sorry, is what we're expecting from them. We know this because we faced them last time. I thought last game we were actually the better team in the tie or in the game, but we didn't come away with anything. So this is the team we're sending out. It's Gaz Mosley in goal. It's Thomas and Bergkamp as a back duo. Kostic and Beck, they're going to provide the width down the wings for us. Tonali's going to hold midfield there for us. It's back to fitness, Lee Hendry and Gary Turpie in midfield. Paul Walker continues in his number 10 role in behind Blake Scully into his maybe more preferred striking role as opposed to a left winger with Brian Carlos. We do have Nick Roberts on the bench. Just couldn't quite squeeze him into this particular formation. If we do make the final, we'll go back to the other formation. I really want to try and get there. There is, of course, an argument to say that if we were the better team in the first tie, why change things up? Don't know. Just did. I mean, that's a good argument to make. We challenged them to prove a point. What do we say this? We go Liverpool. Do we go for revenge? I think we know we've got nothing to lose here. We know how good we are. Let's show everybody what we're capable of. I think I like that. Some calm, we have faith. I should quickly say too, there is a goals of the month at the end of this episode, so stick around for that. And while we're waiting for the game to start, just a quick, really big thank you to a new Patreon supporter, Zachary Lawson. Thank you so much, mate. Really appreciate it. There is a link down in the description there for anybody else that's interested in checking out the Patreon to support the channel. But like I always say, just watching more than enough for me. So thank you, everybody. But particularly thank you to Zach. All right, we are underway here. And let's see what we can do. We did look okay. We looked quite good defensively, actually, against Southampton. The other reason is Turpie with a corner. Ball in, back post, headed towards goal. It's flapped around, it's in the back of the net. Sandro Tonali's given us the lead on the night, tied it up on aggregate. It's 1-1, and suddenly we are looking as though Wembley could be back on the cards. Now, there is no away goals. We need to remember that. So that's a little bit unfortunate for us. But just bouncing around. Brian Carlos, has he got the last? I'm not sure. It's getting given to Tonali. I think Brian Carlos may have got it, but we could see Harry Thomas was in there as well. We just sort of packed in. All right, now we need to defend a set piece. Oh, it's cleared. That's fine. That's fine. The other reason we went to this against Southampton as well, I forgot, was that they were playing 4-4-2. So I do like, ideally, to try and have the extra man in the defence. So that's why we did that as well. Headed clear again. Just a little bit of concern here that Liverpool is getting back into this. Come on, defend that, boys. Get in front. Get in front. Close it down. Oh, I think he's been blocked by his... Oh, no, it was Bergkamp that got the block. Well done, mate. Looked like he maybe shot into his own man there. Kosic just nicked that. Goes early. No one's there, though. Unfortunate. Come on, boys. Long ball. This is becoming a long old highlight, isn't it? Bergkamp's there with the header. I wonder if he could have maybe brought that down. He goes Woodburn. Oh, it's a cracking save from Gaz Mosley. What a save from Gaz Mosley. They're just getting the better of us here a little bit. Let's do this. Make it a little bit more difficult for them to play through us. And that's the end of that highlight. Well done, boys. Well done. All right, we'll give it a demand more here when we can, please, and thank you. They're dominating this one, aren't they? They've had more of the ball. Maybe we get the luck this time. You know, we dominated the last game and they got the goal. Maybe the tides will turn. Here goes Harry Thomas. Goes early there for Beck. What can he do? Not a natural role for this one for him yet, but I would like to try and get him to train into it if we can. He's kind of clearing himself closed down. Just played himself into trouble there and just couldn't find a teammate. And now we're getting hit on the break and we're in some serious trouble here. Oh, Gaz is there again. Well done, Gaz Mosley. Oh, Beck just hesitated, didn't he? Got himself closed down. There was outballs there. He just couldn't find one. Let's give it a concentrate, perhaps. Just a quick concentrate. Let's see what happens. We are definitely being outplayed here, though, aren't we? They're sort of playing through us for fun, almost. Woodburn goes again, and Gaz Mosley is there yet again. What can we do to change this? They are sort of coming through the middle. Let's try defending a little bit more narrowly, perhaps. Their wingers are cutting in, aren't they? So we'll try and prevent them from doing that, perhaps. Still got the overwhelmedness from the concentrate shout. Come on, boys. Come on. We're clinging on, aren't we? We're really, really clinging on. Oh, here we go. Can we take an undeserved lead into the break? Oh, it's there. Tonali's got a double. We're 2-1 up on aggregate, 2-0 on the night, and we don't deserve that. Sandro Tonali at the double. No one saw that coming before this game. Absolutely no one. Well done to him. And Turpey's delivery yet again, causing havoc in the middle there. And good save. Was he? No, I think this man here is just playing him on, isn't he? Just playing him on. Excellent stuff. And suddenly we're 2-0 up. 2-0 up, 2-1 up on aggregate. And as things stand, we're going to Wembley. Long way to go, but we're ruthless in front of goal, particularly from the set piece, which is good. But what we need to make sure we do is stay focused here, boys. Is it things are going well, you're capable of better? I think, is it that or is it don't get complacent? We haven't played that well. So I think it's things are going well, you're capable of better. We've been the second best team. I don't think there's an argument about that. Let me know what you think in the comments if you disagree. But I think we've been second best. It's a complete reversal of the first leg, to be honest, because of the first leg, I thought we were much the better team. If we can defend well now, though, I wonder if we go a solid back three, perhaps. It would mean taking... How would we do that? We've got Thor on the bench. It would mean probably taking Paul Walker off and making that a defender, wouldn't it? I mean, we can look to do that. Let's do it. I'm sorry, Paul, but I think we just need to sound things up a little bit here. We can bring Thor on if we need to, and let's hope we don't. But if we do need to do something later on, we can bring Grealish on back into a number 10. We have that option. We'll play him on the cover. I wonder if Bergkamp might be better on the cover. Actually, he is better on the cover. Okay, perfect. Thor, Harry Thomas, that all looks good. We can maybe look to just push Tonali forward ever so slightly. Just get him supporting, and we can get Turpey going forward a little bit more as well. That all looks good to me. All right, let's go. Hopefully we won't live to regret taking Paul Walker off, and we can bring him back out at Wembley. Come on, Harry Thomas. Let's see what we've got here. It's just a kick-off highlight, so I shouldn't get too excited. Casey back. Can he... Yeah, that's better. That's better. He hasn't let himself get closed down that time. That's a good ball. Back post. It's there for Blake Scully. Oh, it's there for Brian Carlson. It's a good tackle. Turpie! How have we not scored? Oh, boys. How have we not scored? It looks certain 3 times there. Oh, unlucky, unlucky. Gary Turpie now from the corner. It's there. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. It's got to be. Harry Thomas has been dragged down, surely. Referee. Oh, I don't know about that. Ball comes in. It's headed clear. Come on, boys. Come on. It's bouncing around. Oh, it's 2-2. We should have had a... I mean, we should have had a penalty. We should have had a goal. And in the end, we've been pegged back. It said Casey Beck missed an interception. Is that it here? Oh, that's harsh. I don't know if it's... I mean, I'm not quite sure. Have they changed their formation? Why is Casey Beck so far in field? We don't need to see that again. Have they... No, they haven't. I'm not quite sure what Casey Beck's doing in there, but that's fine. Come on, boys. Come on. This is okay. We're still in this game. It's 2-2 on aggregate. We don't want penalties again, do we? Come on, boys. Get creative. Come on. Oh, it was penalties the Everton save. I can't remember now. I get the 2 saves mixed up if you haven't noticed. Kostic is looking nervous. Kostic, mate, you're the man that should be out there running the show for us. Do we change anything? Oh, have I made a mistake taking... oh, come on, boys. From the set piece. Away. Away! Oh! It's flapping around and it's a penalty. Kostic, what have you done? Come on, Gaz. Please, mate. Please. Oh, we're behind. We're behind again. All right, so we have to change things around. Suddenly we're looking nervous and anxious and it's just looking all wrong. So we'll just take Thor straight back off. He's looking anxious. He's no good to us if he's anxious. Oh, did I make a mistake changing the way we were playing? Maybe I had. We were looking good. Maybe I did. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. Yeah, we'll play him as support. I don't want too many men bombing forward. That's the reason for that. We're on attacking now. We'll keep that. Do we look to exploit the flanks? No, we'll leave that. We'll maybe just raise the tempo, though. I go back that right at the start of the half where I don't know how we didn't score. And we're behind. Oh, come on. This is so harsh again. I mean, they've been better this game, so we can't complain too much, I guess. But come on, boys. Demand more. Why are we looking anxious all of a sudden? It's like I don't understand what's happened. I don't understand what's happened. All right, here we go, Kostic. Can we get this back? It's there for Turpie. It's headed away. Can we get to that, please? No, we can't. I mean, you've got to remember, they've put out a really strong team here as well. So, I mean, there's no real shame in it, I guess. But it's, we were looking good. We could have been 3-1 up on aggregate. Can we nick that? No, we can't. We know what we should be doing, probably getting stuck in as well, shouldn't we? We'll try and close them down now. We've got to counter press. We've kind of got to go for it, don't we? Can we nick that? No. Oh, it's a loose pass. Still they keep it in though. They keep the ball. Come on, boys. Come on. Can we nick that? No, they're toying with us. This is becoming a long old highlight now where nothing's happening. If they score again, it's just about done. They've played it through. Gaz, can he save us? They've gone the dink and they scored again. It's a good finish. But that's it, isn't it? Oh, we've let it all just go away from us in the second half. We've missed a chance and we've just been hit by a red wave. I don't understand why we've suddenly looked so anxious and nervous either. That's really disappointing. I mean, Gaz made a few big saves in the first half as well, so perhaps it was we were lucky to still be in it at half time, but there's 45 seconds to go. We're not scoring twice. And I mean, it's the furthest we've got, isn't it? We've never got past, I think, I don't think we've ever reached a quarter-final before, have we? So, it's the furthest we've got. We can be proud of that. Lee Hendry, can we get a consolation goal at the end? Turpie, ball out for Kostic. Can he run it down? He can. Ball's in. It's bouncing around. And that's going to be it, isn't it? 15 seconds to go here. If they score again, that's just ridiculously harsh, especially given how the first leg played out. I think it's the first leg where we've lost, isn't it? We've gone to Anfield and given a really, really good account of ourselves. 3-2 on the night. But, yeah, it's just that second half. It's just really, really disappointing. It's really, really disappointing. So there we go. Defeat in the EFL Cup semi-final. Yeah, there was the first. That's where we've lost it. You can't lose a home game and then expect anything to happen in the second leg. Sandro Tonali, goal-scoring hero. We'll take that, won't we? Just a shame we couldn't make the goals count. How is looking at any of our boys. Gaz Mosley, David Bergkamp II, and Brian Carlos for the England squad. There you go, boys, on the radar. Anyway, guys, right today, we'll be back for Arsenal, and it's a big game in the Premier League. That's what we aim for now. Okay, welcome back. It is time to play Arsenal in the league. We just get back to focusing on the league now. You can see our recent form isn't great, but those three losses are all cup games, so there's excuses there to be had. Now, before we go and have a look at everything here, I just want to sort of update you. Obviously, transfer window is opened. Just sort of a quick, I guess, general club update. You can see we have a lot of money to spend. What we don't have is wages. I've already had to sort of take money from the transfer budget into wages. Now, there's players that I'd like to sign. To be honest, what I would like to do, the price is the problem we have. This is the problem that we have, is that it's the wages, for the level that we're at now, it's the wages that are killing us. What I'd like to do is get another winger in, to be honest. And Leroy Sané here, he is transfer listed by request. So we could, I'd love to get for 50, he says 40, what do they want for him? It wasn't that much, relatively speaking. It was, where is it here? 45.5 million. I tell you what, I'd spend that to get a 30-year-old Leroy Sané for a few years. He's still got his pace. He's really, really good. It's the wages. Look, he's on 400 grand a week. We'd have to pay him. We still have to pay him 300 grand a week. We can't afford that. Maybe if we took. This is what we could do this year. Is that we could do it this year. We could take everything out of the transfer budget and get away with it. But then we got next year, the year after, it's just going to impact our transfer budget. And then we ending up with an overpaid, 30-something-year-old at that point. So, yeah, I mean, it's the part of the transfer market we're operating in now. I mean, look at these wages. I mean, this guy's not particularly that good, you can see there. But look at these wages that we're offering. We can't afford that. Next year, when with Messi retiring, that'll clear up a little bit of space in the finances for us, so we can perhaps look to do something then. But yeah, I don't want to. It's the wages that are killing us. Anyway, this is what we're up against in Arsenal. Unai Emery is still their manager, a standard playing style, balanced mentality. Though the scouts said that they probably look to play on the counter attack, which makes sense. So they have that this Henriques guy who's rapid. So I'm leaning towards the thought that they will probably try to play us on the counter attack. This is what we can expect. You can see a heat map there. We could definitely get in. Look how narrow their defenders are. We could definitely get down the sides of them in behind those fullbacks. So that's what we're going to hopefully look to do here. Let's have a look at the team we're sending out here. We're going back to the usual formation. We have fit wingers again. I don't know why Paul Walker's up front, though. Who do we want up front? We probably want Lab up front, don't we? And just to rub salt into that wound, Paul, I don't think we want you on the bench as a striker either, because we have Grealish to cover the wings, so we'll bring Brian Carlos onto the bench. I think that's what we want to do. Yeah, it's a little bit thin on strikers just now with the Messi injury. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, so it is Gaz Mosley on goal. It's Nepo, Rodrigo, Forster, and Kostic as a back four. Leroy and Salah go in midfield. Silla go in midfield. Rashid, Almeida, and Rodrigo in behind the Lab. This is it. Let's go. I mean, to be honest, we've had a really quiet transfer window. No one's really come in bidding for our players either. It's just been a quiet transfer window. They says do it for the fans. Were we the favourites? I think we were the favourites. All right, let's go a little bit of passion. Let's go. They give the fans a performance. Some calm. We have faith, and let's hope we go give that performance. Ideally, here, I mean, we do have that game in hand against Wolves. If we can finish this round on the top of the table, we do have Chelsea coming up next, which is another tough game, and then the catch-up game with Wolves. So, and Rodrigo's injured. Well, the good news is that'll probably take off any interest that we have in him. Have to bring AR on now, which isn't ideal. AR's there because he can cover centre-back as well as the defensive midfielder. So that's why he's there. It sort of frees us up being able to cover both fullbacks and still have attacking players on the bench. But yeah, not ideal that we have to play him in this one as early as this. Work to do here now, defending a free kick. Tell you what, lucky there. We'll give Gaz credit and say he had it covered, but I'm not sure he did, to be honest. If that had been on target, I don't know that he would have got to that. Another Arsenal highlight is that, come on, boys, come on. Can we nick that? We can't as of yet. City's taken the lead to West Ham. That'll put them above us on the table. I'll show you in a second the way we're playing. We're sort of keeping a deeper line to make it different, so that basically they can't just spring Enrique's in behind us. But we're also, the lines are very close together, just trying to make it difficult for him to play through us. Cross comes in. Oh, instead of no goal. Oh, Jesus. I thought Gaz had just knocked that into the own net there. That's all right. We got away with it. Come on, boys. Let's concentrate here. Wait. Oh, it's a horrible header. What is that? What is that? That's an Aussie villain header, that one. Just no idea where it's going. It bounces off your face as much as anything else. All right, come on, boys. Come on. Let's give it another get creative. I don't like that Gaz is looking apprehensive. Come on, mate. We'll keep being positive now. The lab's injured. Oh, what's he done? Can we see what he's done? Potential knee, twisted knee. That's not going to get any better. Oh, is it just going to be one of those days? Do we want to go Enrique up top? He's not a natural striker. That's the problem with that. We'll go Brian Carlos. Come on, boys. Come on. I mean, that really limits our options off the bench now too, doesn't it? The other thing we could maybe have done there actually is put Rodrigo up front and put Grealish on the left wing, but Grealish is, we've seen, haven't we? We've experimented with him throughout the save in different areas, and he's just better through the middle. City is absolutely hammering West Ham. Yeah, so I don't really want to play him out there if I don't have to. Here goes Enrique's. What's he going to do? Can we get a block in here somewhere? Looks for the overlapping fullback. We've got back there, done really well. Oh, and again, it's just over the bar. It's been a bit of a boring game, for honest. It hasn't been great though from us. We haven't played well. I'm wondering, rather than tell them off here, because I wonder if it's pick things up, boys. We can still win this. Everyone to dig deep. Yeah, let's do that. Dig deep, boys. Come on. Do it for the shirt. Go down. Give these guys a little bit of faith back, hopefully. Forster. Actually, Ayaz is playing a 6.9. He's come in. He's doing quite well, isn't he? Looking motivated as well, which is good. We want more to come from you. Alpha Silla, more to come from you, please, mate. Rashid's been quiet, hasn't he? I'm wondering, too, if maybe we look to actually really try and spring in behind those fullbacks getting forward. Do we just look to distribute to the flanks? And yeah, try and get out there really, really quickly. Just get Gaz to throw it out to the fullbacks, the wingers, and just see if we can pin them back just a little bit. Silla. That's a good ball for Rashid. Can we get a cross in? It's probably too soon, to be honest. We haven't had a chance to get forward yet. Liverpool's taken the lead against Manchester United. That doesn't really affect us here or there. We'll demand a bit more from them. The attacking players just haven't had a sniff yet, have they? None of them are playing well. Brian Carlos is doing okay, but none of the others. Here we go, Alpha Silla. Can we do something from a set piece? Where's Tonali when you need him? Forster's there, brings it down. Forster beats his man. Oh, what a goal from Jan Forster! First for the club, I'm almost positive, and it's an absolutely stunning goal. This is first for the club. How has our centre-back done that? Where has that come from? That was absolutely brilliant. Takes on his man, look at this, just leaves him standing, and then have some of that. That is an absolute thunderbolt into the back of the net. It's 1-0. That's just about our first highlight as well, and that is really, really good stuff. Demand more of that, please, boys. Almeida's not having a good game again. He's just either brilliant or really, really quiet, old Almeida, isn't he? We do have Enrique on the bench we can bring on. I'm wondering, do we do that? We've only got the one sub left, so I'm really, really hesitant to do it this early, especially for an attacking player, and especially when we're winning. It's not like we're chasing the game just yet. Oh, it's Gaz, is there a penalty in there? No, it's not. We've got away with one there. Let's maybe go back to counter-attack. Just really try and annoy them here if we can. Gaz has done well to claim that. Well done, Mr. Mosley. All right, come on. That's not the highlight, surely. Look for your fullbacks. Look for your wingers. No, that's fine. That's fine. Let's give it a... Show some passion, boys. Show some passion. Rashid's looking anxious. We haven't seen our fullbacks. Considering we're supposed to be exploiting the flanks here, I'm wondering if that's actually not the thing we should be doing. Because we haven't seen them, have we? So let's try a different tack. Maybe we can go through the middle a little bit more and get Almeida into the game. Let's give it a concentrate. Let's start and close this thing down a little bit. Now, whenever I do this, it tends to go horribly wrong, and then you just have to come back and undo all this. do we actually stop looking to counter-attack now and just look to keep the ball? That's probably more sensible, isn't it? Just go back to balanced. We just want to try and see this thing out. We've got 10 seconds to go. Leroy's won the ball. Excellent stuff. We hack it clear. Ball is coming back. It's the second to go. Blow it up, ref. There it is. That's a huge, huge 3 points. Disappointment at Anfield. But we've come back there, and I tell you what, it was a set-piece goal, but it was more than that, wasn't it? To be honest, it's a bit of a let-off. We weren't great, but we'll take it. So there we go. We lose top spot. It's just on goal difference. It might actually even be on goal score. We'll have a look in just a second. Now, these injuries, 3 to 4 weeks for Rodrigo. We're in a little bit of an injury crisis right now, and it's not too bad for the lab. Forster, what a goal that was. What a goal that was. So unexpected as well. We'll say defensive work was quality, but really, that finish was amazing. Quick glance at the league table will tell you we are joint top. It's goal difference, so it is there, just ahead on goals scored. It's as tight can be. We do have that game in hand, though, against Wolves, so you'd like to think we can sort of pick up the extra points there to go back top outright. Chelsea, United are still there as well. Arsenal, that puts a little bit of daylight between us and them. So it's starting to look okay, isn't it? Was that 7 points to make sure we're in the Champions League again next season? But yeah, we've got to keep pushing for 3. At the three-peat of the title would be quite special, wouldn't it? But guys, that is it for today. Just goals of the month to come. It's a bit of a brief goals of the month, to be honest, but there's still a couple of nice goals in there. We'll be back next time. I think what we'll do, Chelsea's a big game, but this season we don't want to drag it out too long. We took ages to get through December and January. I want to try and kick it on. So what we'll do is we'll come back for Spurs at home. And then we'll get the Champions League defence well and truly underway in the knockout rounds away to Lyon in the first leg. But that's all for next time, guys. Until then, don't forget to like and subscribe. I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you so much for watching. And here are our goals of the month for January. Take care.